Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Tony's Movie Reviews. Before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out first to all my friends who are in the front lines today. To all my nurse friends, doctor friends, to my ates who are in the supermarket doing the cashier job, to all the bag boys, ambulant vendors. Keep safe, guys, and we're always praying for your safety. I hope we all get through this coronavirus debacle. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about a local movie which I saw a few weeks ago, a few weeks before the quarantine, and the movie's title is James and Pat and Dave. It stars Ronnie, Alonte, Andalio, and Donnie Pangilinan, and there's a good support cast composed of Odette Khan, Boji Pasqua, Isai Alvarez, and Bobby Andrews, and it's directed by Theodore Boborol. Um, so, in a few years ago, there was a movie that came out. So this movie is a kind of a follow-up to Vince and Kath and James, which came out in 2016. I wasn't able to watch that movie, but I think this movie can stand on its own, even without watching Vince and Kath and James. Although towards the end of this movie of James and Pat and Dave, there's a scene where I think Joshua Garcia is his name. Yes. Enters, explains, tries to connect that movie to this movie. But otherwise, this movie can stand alone by itself. Um, the funny thing, when I watched this movie, I was doing a movie marathon, and I watched Bombshell first. Bombshell, which had Charlize Theron, and the theme was very heavy. It was on sexual harassment, and then after that, I watched 1917, the war movie, which again had another very heavy plot. Because the whole movie, you had to wait suspensefully whether this guy can achieve his send the message to the battalion, so that many lives can be saved. And then I watched, so after Bombshell in 1917, I watched James and Pat and Dave. And then after that, I watched The Night Clerk, which is another serious movie. It was a thriller. So when I watched James and Pat and Dave, it was a good foil in a way, because it's a comedy. It's a silly rom-com, and the movie was very light. So against the backdrop of all those movies with very heavy themes, it was a welcome refresher. Um, well, this movie is really for younger people. I belong now to the more mature set of people. Mature in age. So, but anyway, even if you're my age, there are still things. Usually, I watch movies like this just to look at the boys. So this movie has Ronnie and Donnie Pangilinan. So that was enough. Although they didn't really show much flesh. Um, just having them on screen was okay already. But for me, the revelation in this movie is the girl, no, Loisa Andalio. I don't really know her. Since I don't really watch local TV much, but she practically carries the whole movie. Because in a way, she's really the center. She's Pat. She's the center of the movie. She has these two guys who like her, and then she has to also bear the brunt of carrying the responsibility of her family, which has an MMK story. The mother left, so she's left with this dad who has Alzheimer's, I think, or dementia. So in other words, pasan ni Pat ang daigdig. No? In this movie, her character, Pat, Loisa Andalio's character, pasan niya ang daigdig. She's carrying so much, she's she's solving so many problems in her very young life. But anyway, what makes this movie light is her interaction with these two guys who are in a way different because Donnie was the previous boyfriend, and he's the son of the current mayor. So the expectations of his family is a bit higher. They don't want him to marry just any ordinary girl. And in this movie, Pat, Luis's character, is the ordinary girl because she doesn't really have rich parents, and then her parents are separated. So if you're a politician's wife, you wouldn't want families to be separated. You want them to be together, to have a strong family bond. So in a way, the character, who's Dave? Yeah, Dave, played by Donnie Pangilinan, his family doesn't like Pat's family. So in that picture, Ronnie Alonte's character enters. He's James. So he comes from Manila. He goes to the province to help in his lola's small hostel, and there he meets Pat. And through the course of the movie, there's a rivalry that's set between James and Dave. And yeah, scenes of the movie show it's very cutesy, you know. It's very light, very cutesy. It's really for young people who are still looking for real love, and who think that love is something fluffy and cute and nice. So basically, that's what this movie shows. Loisa Andalio's character really brings it on in most of her scenes. So without her, I think this movie would not really stand up, because Ronnie and Donnie are not really they don't have that charismatic presence yet in the camera. They look cute in the camera, but their acting doesn't really show yet. I'm not an acting coach, so but I'm just a fan looking at something on the screen. So when they register on the screen, their presence is not so magnetic, you know. Like, why would this girl choose you over him, you know? So in a way, there is nothing to fight, because these two guys look like featherweights, you know, compared to her character, which had to go through a lot. But anyway, if you're fans of Ronnie and Donnie Pangilinan and Ronnie Alonte and Loisa Andalio, you can catch this movie. I saw it in there's an ad in KBO, I think, which they're saying that they're going to show the movie. If you want, you can catch it there. It's a very light movie. You'll enjoy it. I did enjoy it because I didn't have to think. I just had to sit back, relax, enjoy the cuteness of Ronnie, enjoy the cuteness of Donnie, and that was it. And have fun looking at Luisa, you know, going crazy over these two boys. So at least with that, it tempered the gravity of the other movies that I was watching that day. So when I left the theater that day, after I watched this movie, I felt a little bit lighter, because the next movie I was going to watch also had a very serious, sinister topic. So anyway, thank you again for listening. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and then please subscribe to my channel. I hope if you have any movies you want me to review, just put it on the comment section, and I'll see if I saw that movie. Or if not, then I'll find a way to watch that movie and give it my own reviews. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Keep safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and be alert always against the coronavirus. Take care. Bye-bye.